Hey guys! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie and I live in the beautiful state of Hawaii on the island of Maui. And about a month ago, I posted on my Instagram and I started to share my healing journey with my autoimmune thyroid disease. And since then, I have gotten, an outpouring of messages coming into me, asking me about, my journey, what I'm doing, and that a lot of people are suffering also. And I had no idea. I had no idea that many people, were suffering with the same thing or, something similar. And that got me thinking, and I decided, well, I really want to share this, with everyone because it's helped me so much, and hopefully I can help someone else. And I actually just talked to an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I told her my story, and she kind of pushed me to do this because she said a lot of people, could benefit from hearing from you. And so that's my goal, is to hopefully, reach someone, if not multiple people, and get them started on their healing journey as well. So I'm gonna, say first and foremost that, what has worked for me might not work for you, but just to let you know that there are options out there besides medicine. And so I just want to share what I've done, and hopefully that will encourage you guys to, get on your own journey. So I'm going to start back almost 5 years ago. I was 30 years old, and I started to have some really weird symptoms, and I knew something was wrong because every day I was super tired. I would come home from work, throw myself on the couch, could fall asleep any second at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And, that wasn't me. That's not my personality type. I am always go, 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 bouncing off the walls. So I was always tired. I was gaining weight. I could not get any kind of motivation to even go work out or meal prep or anything. And again, that's not me. My whole life, I've always been active and fit. And so I just knew something was wrong. Also, too, I was getting really bad cystic acne all on my jawline, all on my chin and my neck. And it was terrible. It was embarrassing. The other thing that was going on, which I thought was super weird, is that I started to get a yeast infection, and it was like every day. And the doctors, they would, prescribe me medicine, and nothing was working. Nothing was killing off, that virus that was going on. So I knew something was wrong. So after multiple doctors, because a lot of doctors were, testing some blood work, but not everything. After multiple doctors, I finally found a nurse practitioner who decided, all right, we got to figure out like the root cause of this. And so she tested my blood, and she tested my thyroid antibodies, which my other doctors did not. And she came back and said, oh, well, you have Hashimoto's. That's an autoimmune disease. And I was like, what? That's crazy. I'm only 30 years old. And she said, yeah, this is like one of the youngest, I've seen. And so, she immediately started me on Synthroid, which is a thyroid medicine. And right off the bat, my symptoms, a lot of them subsided. My yeast infection went away. My acne cleared up a little bit, but it was still there. And so I was like, wow, okay. And so then she referred me to an endocrinologist. And from there, he said, yeah, well, you're gonna be on these meds your whole life. And I was like, again, I'm 30 years old. That's insane. You're telling me I'm gonna be on meds my entire life. But just went with it, right? Because what else do you do? And so kept taking the meds. But again, my symptoms weren't gone. I still was so tired. I was always kind of in a brain fog. I wasn't me. And so I found this functional medicine doctor, and I decided to go to her because my endocrinologist, all he kept doing was upping the dosage. Oh, we'll just add another 5 milligrams. Well, that wasn't working. So I finally found a functional medicine doctor who switched me from Synthroid to something called NP thyroid. And again, that right away, it helped clear up a lot of the symptoms. But it's still, I still was having symptoms. But I just kept going with it because, again, I was told, well, you're going to be on these meds your whole life. Great. So now, fast forward almost 5 years, because I'm going to be 35 next week, and I moved to Maui, Hawaii, and I met my boyfriend, and he introduced me to a lifestyle change and a thing called the medical medium. And I was like, what? Like, what is that? But, I was open to anything that was going to, maybe make a difference and get me off my meds, because I was not okay with being on meds my whole life. And so I was willing to try anything. So I started looking into the medical medium and, listening to his podcast and looking on his website. And I ended up getting 2 of his books. And I'll show you which ones I started with. So this is the medical medium book. This was kind of like the intro. And then his thyroid healing book. And the more I read, the more intrigued I got, because a lot of it just made sense. A lot of the info made sense. And again, I was willing to try anything to change what was going on. So the first thing I did, so a lot of people are asking, well, what did you do? How did you start? So my suggestion is start where you're comfortable. But what I first did, my very first thing is I started drinking celery juice. I would juice a whole one of these every morning. It would make about 8 to 16 ounces every day. And I started this every morning. And right away, I started to notice a difference in my energy levels. I felt like I didn't need my coffee in the morning. The celery juice was awesome, and my energy was I was ready to go. The other thing that I did was I started drinking, the medical medium has a heavy metal detox smoothie, because the more I was reading, heavy metals linger in the body, and I was like, okay, I need to get out, all these bad toxins. So I started drinking his detox smoothie, which you can find the recipe in his books or on his Instagram. But that really just contains some wild blueberries, a banana, some cilantro, which I did not like cilantro before this, but I was, again, willing to try anything. It had some cilantro in there, and it had some spirulina, which is an algae, and it's actually made here in Hawaii. But anyone can get it. But that helps draw out the heavy metals. So all of that together basically just helps draw out the heavy metals in the body. After that, I started to introduce some supplements, because he also recommends in the books some supplements to take. And so I just started with like 5 just to see, if it made a difference. And they did. So I kept going, and, now I've come up with a really great, range of supplements that help me throughout the day. I have my energy. I started, losing weight. My acne just it cleared up, which was insane. And so I hardly really get any pimples anymore. You guys, I'm talking, I used to have huge welts. Every morning I would wake up with a new welt. And so it was embarrassing. But now, my skin feels good. My body feels good. I am in the best shape of my life. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I'm down to my lowest weight, and I've been maintaining it now for over a year. So it's really been amazing. A lot of the food changes I did too, which he suggests in the book, is I cut out, all dairy. I cut out gluten. I cut out eggs, which I know it sounds crazy, and most people will be like, I'm not giving up eggs. But let me tell you, I was someone who ate eggs probably 3 times a day. I would have it for breakfast, and definitely for a late nighttime snack. But I gave them up, because if you read about it in the book, like I said, I'm willing to try anything. So I gave up eggs, cold turkey, and then I also gave up animal protein. So I was, again, someone who ate chicken, 3 times a day. So it was a big lifestyle change for me, but I was willing to try it. I was sick of feeling the way I was feeling, and I wanted to see if it would work. And right away, I felt so much better. Like it was a night and day difference. So about a month into the lifestyle change, maybe a month and a half, I started to experiment, with my medicine, and, one day I wouldn't take it, see how I felt. And, just kind of after that, since January, I've been almost a year and I have not had to take my medicine, and I feel fantastic. So that was my end goal, was, to be able to get off my medicine and heal my body through real foods, real whole foods, and with the right supplements. I know a lot of people will ask, well, what supplements? So I'll kind of just, point out a few of them, but also on my Instagram, I will post, everything that I take. But mainly, I'm taking a lot of the supplements that are boosting my immune system. Because after doing my research and reading the books and really digging into all this material, it stems from your immune system. And so if you have a high immune system, you can fight off what's going on in your body. And so I take a lot of things that just boost your immune system. So I take things like black elderberry. And so I like tincture forms. I take a lot of pills too, but I really like the tincture forms because they're easier. So I like this black elderberry. It's alcohol free and it's made from Herb Farm. And so I'll do that in a squirt of water. And then I do colloidal silvers and cat's claw. And then also lemon balm. All right, so those are my tinctures. For pill form, I love turmeric. I think it's such a great anti-inflammatory. It's really helped with my skin. Again, it's helped boost my immune system, lower any inflammation going on. So turmeric is huge. And then I also take a nettle leaf and then milk thistle for my liver. Because a lot of this starts in the liver. And so if you have a healthy liver, the body's going to be happy. So I do a lot of things, for my liver health as well. So my nettle leaf and my milk thistle for liver. And then I do a lot of mushroom blends. So I like this powdered form. It has a lot of the different mushrooms in it, but ashwagandha and chaga, so good for, inflammation and just for your immune system. So those are some of the things that I take. But like I said, you can follow me on my Instagram. I'll put, mostly everything that I'm taking, everything that I'm doing. I'll post the heavy metal detox smoothie. But just, my goal in this and sharing with you guys my story is that I hope that I can encourage someone out there to change their lifestyle. And I know it sounds drastic, and I'm the kind of person where if I'm going to do something, I'm going all in. But it was worth it. For me, I'd rather have my health and the way that I feel now rather than the opposite. And so it has helped me tremendously. And a lot of people out there are suffering. And a lot of people are suffering with other autoimmune diseases or other diseases as well. So I can only speak to my thyroid issue because that's the only thing that I personally know. But I know in his books, he talks about a lot of other diseases. And I just know that there are alternatives out there. And, I wasn't okay with taking medicine the rest of my life. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this inspires you guys to, go out there, change it up, do something, healthy for yourself. And again, follow me on Instagram. I'll post, a lot more about it. And then also too, leave some comments on here if there are other, things that you want me to talk about, or if you have questions about, because I'm going to do a lot more of these videos to kind of help you guys, along your journey as well. Because again, I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that need just some help and guidance, and I'm hoping that I can be there to give you guys that guidance. So, I hope this helped, and I will talk to you guys again soon.